Hey, generals. Well, we are come to our end point, and geometry started their testing today, and they'll wrap up tomorrow. We're going to look at parallel and perpendicular lines today as we wrap up our study of slope in preparation for the Algebra 1 and Geometry LY this week and next week. Well, let me let you know that my computer is blurring the letters a little bit, whereas your notebook file on the Windows computer will not. So do know that yours will not look like mine, but you can still kind of tell what the words are with it scrunch up. I couldn't undo it from Miss Diane Voss's smart notebook file, but I did check in Windows and it's not the same. So we're going to be going through learning about reviewing parallel and perpendicular lines today and how their slopes tell us a certain picture. Thanks to Diane Voss, who created this for her 8th grade algebra class. So let's get started. Again, you can literally just go through this notebook file yourself, going through each of the slides without my help. Okay, so what are parallel and perpendicular lines? Well, parallel lines never touch, as you can see right here. And perpendicular lines are lines that touch at one place and form a right angle. That is huge. They form a right angle and only touch once. Now, let's take a look at this graph of two parallel lines. Go ahead and find the slope of each of these, and then make a special note of what do you notice about the slopes. Unpause the video when you're done. Good job. You should have noticed that if you go up 1/2, this slope is 1/2. And you go up 1/2, and this slope is 1/2. So you notice that both of them have the same slope, and they never touch. So they fit our definition. But now that's helpful for us when it comes to doing algebraic problems. So in this line right here, go to your notebook file and write parallel lines have the same slope. Now, how in the world will we remember this? I know. There's a song to the beat of Skip to My Lou. You may remember the song. Skip to the loo, my darling. Skip to the loo, my darling. So basically this has the same tune, but we say parallel lines have the same slope. Parallel lines have the same slope. Parallel lines have the same slope, and they will never meet. Or never will they meet, sorry. So parallel lines have the same slope. Parallel lines have the same slope. Parallel lines have the same slope, and never will they meet. So you try it. Everybody sing along with me. Parallel lines have the same slope. Parallel lines have the same slope. Parallel lines have the same slope, and never will they meet. Great job. Remember that song when it comes to your testing time, too. So what about perpendicular lines? Slope of perpendicular lines have a negative reciprocal. That's what this word is, negative reciprocal slopes, which means take the slope and flip it, then make it opposite. So what we mean by flip it is change the denominator and the numerator, actually switch those places, and change it to the opposite sign. If it's a positive, it becomes a negative. If it's a negative, it becomes a positive. So with this one, if I'm going to switch the numerator and denominator, it becomes 2/1, which is the same as 2. And if it was positive, it's now negative. That's my understanding of perpendicular lines. So we got a song for it as well. It's from the famous song that you guys all know, Peanut Butter and Jelly. Remember, peanut butter and jelly, peanut butter and jelly. So same tune, but now you sing it. I'm not going to sing it. You sing it. Perpen, notice perpendicular, right angle. Perpen, perpendicular, right angle. So do that a few times as a class. Go back to the notebook file and read the song there as opposed to on this video. And have fun. Sing it at least 2 times as a class. Unpause the video when you're back. Okay, so now we're going to do some practice. We're going to write the equation in a line that's parallel to the following. You make up the equation, but it needs to be parallel. So unpause the video when you're done writing what would be parallel to 4x plus 2, and negative 2 thirds x minus 1. Okay, great job. Whatever your equation is, it should still have these same slopes, but a different y-intercept. So if you wrote 4x plus 5, that would work. 4x minus 3, that would work. As long as it's not plus 2, it is parallel. Same with the second one. Now let's try it with perpendicular. Again, write a new equation. You're going to have to change the y-intercept. Or actually, you don't have to necessarily change the y-intercept. But let's do it today where we change the y-intercept. But make sure you change this slope. Remember what you're supposed to change the slope to. Unpause the video when you're done. Okay, great. You should have noticed that the change would be negative 1/4 and a positive 3/2, or 3/2. You should have something with those. As long as you have those two as the slope, you have a perpendicular line. Okay, a few more practice problems. Okay, now write the equation of a line that would be parallel to here, but actually go through this point. So again, for those of you who need a little remembrance, you're going to keep the same slope. And now you have 6, 5 as a point. You're going to write y equals mx plus b. You're going to plug in the option. So y would be 5. M would be 2/3. And the x would be 6. And you solve for b. And that will get you to the new equation. Unpause the video when you're done for the final answer. Okay, you should have gotten y equals 2/3 x plus 1. Sorry about my terrible x. Good job. Let's do another one. Oh, I'm sorry. That wraps up our day. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful afternoon and evening. Can't wait for you to come back to school tomorrow. Remember, it's dear time tomorrow, and we'll pick back up with preparing for the U.S. history exam next week, as well as more algebra review in preparation for algebra. Have a great day, generals.